So hello children, we are on lecture 8 of our aldehyde, ketone and carboxylic acid lesson. And this is the time to do certain NCERT back exercise questions. So first of all, we will be starting with the NCERT back exercise question number 5. That is, draw the structure of following derivatives, 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone of benzene. So if you are not able to draw it directly, the best way is first of all draw the benzaldehyde structure. But draw it in such a manner so that the water removal can be shown very easily. And then 2,4-dinitrophenyl hydrazone, NH2, NH. Then dinitrophenyl hydrazone has to be drawn. It is NO2 at 2 position and NO2 at 4 position. So making the elimination of the water, that is nucleophilic addition followed with elimination. What we will be getting is the product that has been asked in the question. Double bond N, NH, a benzene ring, and NO2 at 2 and 4 position. So now coming to the second one, the cyclopropanone oxime. So again, it is the same thing. How you are going to draw the cyclopropanone oxime? You will take cyclopropanone. This is cyclopropanone. And for oxime, what we need is hydroxylamine. Hydroxylamine. Making the elimination of the water from here, we will be getting the product as required in the question. Double bond NOH, that is the cyclopropanone oxide. The third, acetaldehyde dimethyl acetal. So dear student, acetal is obtained when it is acetaldehyde, and it is obtained when we are having the di-alkoxy groups on the respective space. Therefore, we will be getting aldehyde and di-alkoxy group. So in this case, they have given dimethyl. So we will be writing as OCH3 and then OCH3. Then cyclobutanone semicarbazone of cyclobutanone. So what is cyclobutanone? First of all, we will be drawing cyclobutanone. In some cases, drawing the structure directly is easy, but in some cases, it becomes a little bit difficult for you to draw. Then we will take semicarbazide. Must remember how to write semicarbazide because this part is resonance stabilized. So don't eliminate water from CONH2 part. So this water is eliminated from here and we will get the required answer, NNHCONH2. Now the ethylene ketal of hexane 3-one. Ethylene ketal, we are talking about the cyclic ketal. And here we will be getting as the hexane 3-one, we will be getting C3H7. So it is CH3 and then CH2. For making the ethylene ketal, we require glycol. But actually we are supposed to draw only the product. This is the way you are going to memorize the things. CH3, CH2, C, C3H7, OCH2, OCH2, that is the cyclic part. Then the methyl hemiacetal of formaldehyde. We have to draw the methyl hemiacetal. Then now in this case, only one alkoxy group is required on the formaldehyde, which we can draw very easily. We can draw it directly also. That is O for the methyl part. And on the other side, we will be getting the OH. So this is about question number 5. Now in question number 6, predict the product formed when cyclohexane carbaldehyde react with the following reagents. One by one, we have to draw the reaction associated with cyclohexane carbaldehyde and the Grignard reagent. So we have taken cyclohexane carbaldehyde, added phenyl magnesium bromide, followed with the hydrolysis. Both the things are done. The first step is addition of Grignard reagent. The second step is addition of H3O positive. We will be getting the addition product. Followed with the hydrolysis gives us the alcohol related to it. Now in the other case, we are having the tolerance reagent. So if cyclohexane carbaldehyde, this is the cyclohexane carbaldehyde, is treated with the tolerance reagent. All of you must be knowing that the tolerance reagent is ammonical silver nitrate. and aldehyde used to give the reaction with it. AgNH3 whole twice and the positive charge, followed with the basic medium. If we get a silver mirror, then it is aldehyde. If we are not getting it, then it may be the ketonic structure. So what we will be getting here is cyclohexane part, followed with the formation of carboxylatine. Silver mirror is obtained, 4 times NH3, along with the formation of water molecule. Okay, so silver mirror is obtained as a precipitate here. Now in the other case, what we have been provided is cyclohexane carbaldehyde. Cyclohexane carbaldehyde is treated with semicarbazide, NH2, NH, CO, NH2. I just told you that must remember that the H2 not to be removed from the CO part. So this water is eliminated from here, and we will be getting here the semicarbazone related to it, CH double bond N, NH, CO, NH2. Now in the other case, the cyclohexane carbaldehyde is treated with excess of ethanol and acid. This is cyclohexane carbaldehyde and treating it with excess of ethanol. So in the one step, we can also write it as C2H5, HOC2H5. Excess of ethanol is taken in presence of dry HCl gas. Then what the product we will be getting is COC2H5. On the other side also we will be getting the OC2H5 and H. So in case of aldehyde, they are known as acetal, and in case of ketones, we usually give them the name as ketal. So the acetal groups are obtained, the dialkoxy derivative. Now in the next one, we are having zinc amalgam and HCl. Zinc amalgam and HCl results in giving the hydrocarbon of it. Taking off Zn, Hg, followed with HCl. This is a name reaction, and we will be getting CH3 in place of CHO. So we will be getting the methyl cyclohexane here. All these are very important name reactions and a very common question in our exams. Don't forget to make the reaction and writing the products also. So now it's the time to do NCERT question number 8, which is also a very important question. How will you convert ethanol into the following compounds? How will you convert ethanol into following compound? The first is butane 1,3-diol. So dear student, butane 1,3-diol, we are getting the 2 carbon converted into 4 carbon. So many of the students think that it is the some follow-up of the Woods reaction. But don't forget that ethanol can be converted into a butane part by using the aldol condensation also. So attempting for the aldol condensation this time, butane 1,3-diol formation can be done through it. Let us start by writing over it. We have taken ethanol, CH3CHO plus CH3CHO. We have done a lot of it about this reaction in the previous lectures also, followed with dilute NaOH. So must be remembering that this is the aldol reaction. The product obtained is CH3, CHOH, CH2, and then CHO. The aldol product is obtained. But it is 1, 2, 3, and 4. It is 3-hydroxybutanol. We are not supposed to give 3-hydroxy. We have to obtain all on the first position also. So a very simple way to get CH2OH in place of CHO is by using a reduction agent, NaBH4. Okay, so at that time the aldehyde can be converted into alcohol very easily. This is CH2, CH2OH. Now you have got the required product, that is butane 1,3-diol. Now the again thing, but2-enol. But again it is getting the number doubled. Following the aldol condensation again, CH3CHO plus CH3CHO undergoing the aldol reaction writing dilute NaOH or OH negative, followed with CH3, CHOH, CH2, CHO. This is the first step, that is the aldol. Now getting it undergoing the condensation part, that is following heating over it, water is removed, and we will be simply getting CH3, CH double bond CH and CHO, that is but2ene. Now in the third part, ethanol to but2enoic acid. So we have taken ethanol, okay, following the same procedure, that is dilute OH negative, following the aldol part, CH3, CHOH, CH2, CHO, okay. Now heating it, getting CH3, CH double bond CH, CHO. But the work doesn't stop here, student. Now undergoing the oxidation of it using the Tollens reagent or any other oxidizing agent. Let us write the Tollens reagent here. So what we will be getting is CH3, CH double bond CH, COOH, that is the required product, but2enoic acid. Now we are again on the different question, that is the question number 13 of our back exercise, a very short question. Give simple chemical test to distinguish between the following pair of compounds, that is propanol and propanone. So a number of times what the student does in such question, they write the formula, they give the difference in between the functional group by writing the functional group here. But actually we have to give some test as fumes obtained, smell, precipitate obtained, the color of the PPT, the color of the solution. These things have to be represented while giving the chemical test. So when we are supposed to give the difference between a propanol and propanone, that is, one is the aldehyde and the other is the ketone, we can use a very simple test here. Writing the propanone is CH3COCH3. So it is a methyl ketone. Many other tests can also be used. While in case of propanol, it is not a methyl ketone or methyl aldehyde. So a very simple test that can be given by propanone and not by propanol is the iodoform test. Iodoform test. We can also use Tollens or Fellings, which will be given by propanol and not by propanone. So starting with the iodoform test, if we have taken CH3COCH3, that is the propanone, and adding 3NaOI, that is the sodium hypohalite, to it, we will be getting CHI3 in the form of the yellow PPT, as it is having the methyl aldehyde, methyl ketone, which used to give the iodoform test. CHI3 in the form of the yellow PPT, along with the remaining part as the carboxylate ion, sodium carboxylate, and the formation of NaOH. So the iodoform test given by propanone but not by propanol. So it is a very simple distinguishing test and the color can easily be identified. Now in case of acetophenone and benzophenone. So before going in the detail of any of the question, first draw the structure, acetophenone, and in case of benzophenone. This is acetophenone and benzophenone. In case of acetophenone, we can see that there is a presence of methyl ketone. So we know that the methyl ketones are going to give the iodoform test. So we will be writing that it will be giving the iodoform test. So let us write the iodoform test along with it. Again using 3NaOI. 3NaOI is obtained by NaOH plus I2. And we will be getting the product as CHI3. What is CHI3? The yellow PPT of iodoform. Yellow PPT of iodoform is obtained along with the remaining carbon converted into carboxylate ion, ring with the CONA, and the remaining is 2NaOH. So iodoform test can easily be used when we are having the methyl aldehyde or the methyl ketones. Now coming to the third distinguish, it is phenol and benzoic acid. Phenol and benzoic acid. For phenol and benzoic acid, we can use the sodium bicarbonate test. Sodium bicarbonate test can be used. Carbonate test, which will be given by benzoic acid but not by the phenol. This test, sodium bicarbonate test, will not be given by it. So it becomes a distinguishing test. Bicarbonate test not given by phenol. So what happened in this test, that we add sodium bicarbonate to the carboxylic part, and we will be getting here as the sodium salt of carboxylate ion along with the formation of water and CO2. And the CO2 is obtained in the form of the brisk effervescence, which can be detected by passing it through the lime water, and lime water turns milky. So the formation of CO2 in the form of effervescence is a very simple way to detect that the carboxylate ion is present in the organic compound. Now coming to the other one, that is the benzoic acid and ethyl benzoate. Again, we are having the benzoic acid. We will be using the sodium bicarbonate test. Sodium bicarbonate test is used. And dear student, remember that in CBSE, if we are giving it in a tabular form, writing the name of the test, showing the effervescence, the PPT, it becomes very impressive in front of examiner. That is COOH. We have added NaHCO3. Okay, we will be getting the sodium salt of benzoic acid along with H2O and CO2. CO2 is obtained in the form of effervescence, which will be detected by passing it through the lime water. But would it be given by ethyl benzoate? So ethyl benzoate is not going to cover up for this reaction. Ethyl benzoate will not give the sodium bicarbonate test. Now the fifth part, that is pentane 2-one and pentane 3-one. As soon as you will draw the structure, you are going to identify that which test is valid here. A very simple way to detect which test is valid here. Okay, now look here. It is pentane 3-one. So you can see that in case of pentane 2-one, it is the methyl ketone. The methyl part is present. But in case of pentane 3-one, it is the ethyl part. So we know that the methyl ketone used to give the iodoform test. So again, writing the iodoform test. Iodoform test will be given by pentane 2-one. Writing the required material with it, NaOI. We will be getting the product as CHI3 in the form of yellow PPT plus CH3, CH2, CH2, COO, Na along with the formation of 2 parts NaOH. It can be obtained, the iodoform test can be given by it, while as we have done in the above also, that the methyl ketone, the methyl aldehyde used to give the iodoform test. But what about pentane 3-one? It is not going to give the positive for the iodoform test. Now again, it is the time to do for benzaldehyde and acetophenone. So one is benzaldehyde and the other is acetophenone. So now you can easily imagine that in case of acetophenone, there is presence of methyl ketone. So writing the name of the test as iodoform test will be given by acetophenone, but not by which one? That is the benzaldehyde. So writing the material for it is, that is 3NaOI. NaOI. We will be getting CHI3 in the form of yellow PPT. Okay, along with the formation of benzene ring with COO, Na and 2NaOH. So these tests are very, very simple to be identified. The methyl ketone are going to give the iodoform test. Now coming to the seventh part, that is the ethanol and the propanol. Now in this case, both are aldehyde. So how you can distinguish that both the aldehydes are present? So we have to write the structure over here. That is CH3CHO and the other is CH3CH2CHO. So it is the methyl aldehyde. How we can test for methyl aldehyde and getting it distinguished from the ethyl aldehyde? So it is a very simple, again, the iodoform test. So till now you must have learned that for the iodoform we will have to be adding the 3NaOI, the sodium hypohalite, to it, and the product obtained is the methyl part is converted into the yellow PPT of iodoform, along with the formation of the remaining Hs, HCOO-Na, along with the formation of 2 parts of NaOH. So this is a very important distinguishing question in our book, and a very compulsory part of our syllabus. So this test would not be given by the propanol. The iodoform test not given by propanol. So try repeating all these questions time to time and getting a fast grip on these part. Okay, till then, revise the question, stay fit, stay healthy.